Hi, I'm Ben Meyer.
And I'm Rob Wright.
And this week we're going to talk a little bit about special edition games. It seems like recently there's been a lot of glorious packaging and extra editions to pretty much every new release that comes out these days. So I'm assuming that these things sell. I mean, I'm not a big fan of it, but
Collector's editions, limited editions, special editions, it's kind of like what we've seen with DVDs, with movies.
How big a fanboy are you?
Over to video games and PC games to see how big of a fanboy are you.
And at the top of the list is the title we said we would stop talking about, but we can't stop talking about it. Halo 3 has not this, which is the Ultimate Edition.
This is the limited
edition. I get them all confused.
This is only $10 more.
$10. There's a Legendary Edition that costs $129, double the original price. And what do you get out of that?
You get like a couple of extra discs, like same thing that you get here, basically a couple of.
But what are you paying for?
Behind the scenes. I think really what you're paying that extra money for is for that Master Chief helmet, which is like not even big enough to put on your kitten. Okay.
And, you know, that's all I want to do is stick a Master Chief thing on a kitten.
Yeah, but I mean, like, you can't wear it. It's not big enough to wear. So really, why are you paying that much money? I mean, like, I can understand, like, a limited edition like this for big Halo fans that really want to just, like, immerse themselves in all things
extra
Halo.
Content.
The making of, you know, behind-the-scenes featurettes. I mean, there is some good stuff on here. I haven't checked out the entire package yet because I'm too busy.
Here's what it reminds me of. You get a Happy Meal, you get your burger and fries, drink, and then you get a little toy. And the little toy, they kind of throw that in extra. Maybe a Happy Meal costs 30 cents more than just buying all the stuff individually. But this Halo 3 Legendary Edition, it's like buying a Happy Meal for like $15. And they're like, yeah, but you get a toy, and it's a Halo 3 toy.
Yeah.
So it's a limited edition Happy Meal. You should be very proud.
Did the toy come all scratched up like, you know, the Halo?
Well, our disc actually was scratched up like a lot of it, but it was playable.
It was playable.
There's actually a dent in the tin.
Yeah, there was a dent in the tin, and it's these tin cases that they sometimes put the collectors and limited edition games, and I don't think they work very well.
No.
So yeah, when I fired this thing up, I looked at the disc and it looked, you know, like a.
Well, let's switch gears and talk about some ones that actually
have a little something interesting
that we like.
Something different.
This is World in Conflict, their special edition here, and I don't like the Americans in back. It's getting shut down by the Russians. But
well, the Russians are invading
the
U.S. in the game, Ben. That's why they're on top. So
okay,
but you open it up and you get a couple of interesting things. You get, you know, you have the game disc, obviously, but you also have a behind-the-scenes DVD. I haven't checked that out yet. Could be interesting. Interesting History Channel on the history of the Berlin Wall. So for all you Cold War fanatics, you know, history buffs, that could be interesting. And then there's this is like the, you know,
the piece de resistance.
Yeah, I mean, really, it's a piece of the Berlin Wall. Now, it's a small little piece of concrete. It's not very big, but it's apparently certified. And I mean, it's.
See, that to me, that's a real memento. It's not a little plastic.
It is a memento.
Now, if you could get a Master Chief helmet that you could wear around, or at least put on your dog, and then maybe, you know, get it to drink some beer and wander around and do little like quasi machinima, you know, scenes. I don't know. Like that to me is value, but a little plastic match, not value.
No.
So. The other one that you really liked was
Stranglehold.
Stranglehold. God,
you know, Stranglehold.
For only $10, you get a Blu-ray.
Yeah,
a good Blu-ray.
That's the thing is that I will admit that I'm not the biggest fan of this game. I have not played the whole game yet. I've played a little bit of it, played the demo. Wasn't really a big fan of it. It was a little disappointing after all the hype, but it still has its entertaining moments. But, I mean, for an extra $10, you get the Blu-ray of Hard Boiled, arguably one of the greatest action movies of all time. I mean, definitely in my top 5. For anyone that hasn't seen it, you really need to check it out. Great shootouts.
So here's a question. Would any level of marketing crap make this a game worth purchasing? This is InSync for Game Boy Advance. I mean, if they even included Justin Timberlake's armpit hair in a special value edition, would this be any worthwhile? No. In fact, I would contend that Justin Timberlake, talented triple or quadruple threat as he may be, is at a distinct disadvantage because some of us in the gaming community didn't want sexy back. Some of us liked sexy right where it was.
$10 extra? I mean, that is a special edition.
That is a real...
That is a special edition. Okay?
Yeah, I mean, if you're just going to...
Tequila time, you know?
If you're just going to give us a behind the scenes, you know, just give it to us.
That's the thing is that there are a lot of games out there that are, you know, like $10 extra. Like I think Hellgate London's coming out for the PC, and that's, I think the collector's edition, I think is $69 or $59.99, so it's $60 instead of $50. And it's got the same thing. It's got like a soundtrack CD and a behind the scenes DVD, and you know that's interesting. But you know one of the things that I really liked about God of War 2, I thought the game was a little overrated, but you know Sony did something nice by giving the fans a little something extra at no charge. I mean, there was a separate disc, behind the scenes bonus material, making of, you know, God of War 2 and all this Greek mythology stuff. Which, look, I could have, you know, you can take it or leave it, but it's interesting when they're throwing it in there, no extra charge. So if you're going to just be giving that to people, don't charge them anything extra.
It's back to the Happy Meal.
Yeah.
You know,
Don't charge
you just throw in the toy. It builds the brand. It helps you be a bigger fanboy. Just give it to them.
Yeah, I mean, there's other stuff too, like Unreal Tournament 3. I think is got a collector's editions coming out, and it's got the art books, and we've seen a lot of the art books.
You know, it's kind of some are better than others. It depends kind of how you make it look.
I guess I would pay an extra $10 for that, but you know, really, there is too much, and we started this off by talking about are they worth it? And there's too much of the games that are coming out that are $10 or $20 extra, and all you're really getting is, you know,
it's like they have to do it.
Making of, but they don't really have the same type of value that a DVD does.
Yeah.
You know, or a DVD movie.
Yeah.
You know, you get extra scenes, you get uncut versions, you get more content in movies on DVD.
You know what I'd like to see is a little bit like a developer's cut.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know, the stuff that maybe M-rated or just other stuff that just was lost, slightly different version of things.
Yeah. Indigo Prophecy has a developer's cut or director's cut or whatever you want to call it. You know, they were forced to edit some of the stuff, some of the sexually explicit material for the U.S. version, but for the PC version, there's an M-rated developer's cut that's actually it's pretty popular. It's hard to find too. So I mean,
I guess in some way we're just saying, you know, if you're just going to give us the behind the scenes, just give it to us.
Just give it to us.
You know, it's worth it if you're going to put some real stuff in there, soundtrack. You're going to give us an art book. It's, you know, $10 extra, and just dispense with charging $70 for a little plastic.
Yeah, action
helmet.
figures and figurines. If you really want to make something, you know, desirable for the fans, a collector's edition or special edition game should have like more content of the game in it to really push it over the edge, to really make it more valuable.
That's all the time we have for this week. I'm Ben Meyer.
And I'm Rob Wright.
And we'll see you next time. It's okay. We have Ben to do the blooper this week, so I mean we got a pro.
What is he going to do?
He's not going to break the table.
What is he going to do?
He won't tell me. He just says he has something to add.